Welcome back to my Warhammer building. Last time I believe I made it through more sets, but I have no idea. It's been a long time now, and I wasn't paying enough attention even when I was here, so, you know. Basically, I can only about half remember what's happened for the last week, but I did the last stream in here when I was basically tidying up and like moving stuff around. I successfully managed to bust my ankle to the point that it basically took about a half hour to recover. It wasn't that bad, but I know that injury finishes off most people relatively badly. Then because I did that injury, I ended up having... Wait, no. I injured my shoulder in my sleep that night. Because I'd injured my shoulder, I needed to keep the weight off it, and I've got nothing to do that with, so I ended up using my arm, which overstressed the muscle, which caused pain in that, which then I had to compensate with the other arm, which caused the second arm for the next day. Then each of those took about 3 days to recover, and on the third day I ended up basically overexerting both legs, so I couldn't stand for the next 3 days. And then it was like 1 day left for streaming, and I just went, nope, let's do it. I will start again in the new week, because that just was ridiculous. It was literally just injury after injury. Whenever I was going to recover and come back, it was just like, no, you're not going back, you're just going to get hurt again. So yeah, that's where I've been for the last week. Generally, a lot of unpleasantness and unhappiness on that one. But that's not what we're here for. We are here to make models. Do not like them being out of order. So the next up is a Space Marine. Sorry. So the next up is a Space Marine Hellblaster squad. Now there's 2 of each of these, which means they come off sprue number 3. I do not remember what sprue number... So that's A. Is it? Oh no, these come off of B, so that's A. So this one must be B, because there's 2 of the same. B and B. So I need 32mm bases. I don't remember which. So I'm going to measure them. That's 25, which means these are 32s. Close enough. So what I need is B20 through to B25. And of course there's 2 of each, because this is just a copied one. So B20 to B25. Also, I don't know if I'm going to be doing the full 2 hours this time, because, well, I'm not getting proper sleep at the moment, which is a bit of a problem for me. Basically, I think I've been up for about 26 hours now, and, well, You know, you've been up for 26 hours and your eyes just go, nope, you ain't doing this anymore, and try to force you off to sleep. That's sort of where we are. Ooh, that's a heck of a gun. So that is 1, 2, 3, no head, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What am I missing then? Because I got the gun, I've got the pack, I've got the 2 parts of the chest, got the gun and pack, arm and head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shut up. I miscounted, okay? Okay, and that's the other 6, so there you go. Yeah, usually when I've been up for too long, I realise beforehand, and I spend like an hour or so before I come on live, or before I go live, like resting, so it doesn't bother me. Unfortunately, I misjudged the time today. I mean, it happens, right? But like, as per usual, we'll just see how far I get. Oh yeah, I forgot, actually, sorry. This is quite some time apart, but happy 2021. That definitely looks like I messed up with the cuts. I did. Okay, so that's supposed to be an edge, not cut. There. So I messed up. My bad. There you go. What are we doing? No. We work in pairs. We finish one, then we go on to the next. Fortunately, I mean, this set isn't a proper easy mode, but it's easier than some of the nonsense I'm going to be doing in the future. Ooh, I didn't cut this one right either. Things like that'll happen, so I'm not that annoyed about it. It's part of the charm of making something yourself. It's never perfect, but it's always yours. Okay, so grab that, and you, drop both all of those lot up there. Got one. And two. There you go. They can go stick together. Now I'm thinking, if I want to do this that quickish, I could start the next two now, just cut them out and start filing. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. So 13 through to 19. Ow. It didn't cut me, but when it came in, it slightly... basically the bit I was cutting moved and squished my finger. That's all. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 6, 7. So 13, 14, which it's those two, then 15, which is the other leg, that gun and that arm, and the pack and the head. Yeah, okay, that's everything. I cannot count today. Yeah, it turns out I just can't count today. Okay, just put that on there. Got a nice square peg. I'm liking this square pegged square hole thing. It makes lining things up much more simple. Okay, let's get this other one out, shall we? So it was this way round, which means that's 13. Oop. Okay, and that's all the pieces that went into the last one, so I'm just going to assume that's correct. Now, that pin goes there and the arm goes there. do some tidying up on these, and then we go back and so the problem is here, I'm starting to rush, and I shouldn't be rushing. Yeah. I'm not capable of doing what I used to, just going out getting Warhammer for fun, so... The faster I rush these through, the less ability I have to make them in the future. So, it's... well, a thing. Yeah, I suspected there'd be a little nubbin up there that goes, well, there'd be a little hole the peg goes into. Shame my intuition kicked in a little bit too late on that one, so I lost a chunk of it, but that's fine. I can't position these things without pins. I mean, I've been doing it for years, so... I mean, the pins are nice and all, but... See, I have no idea how much the noise is being caught by this, but yeah, it's a little bit scratchiness. Oh, no, that wasn't it. Whoopsie. Okay, let's just clean out the file. Now these should be stuck enough that I can stick them onto the base and put them somewhere safe. just so you're safe. Let's grab you. Let's put you on your base. Damn, you lads are sturdy, aren't you? Shh. Don't tell the Imperium. They're not lads. Grab those 2 pieces. Okay, and they go together like that. So now I know everywhere that's touched by that, I can just do this. Makes the whole attaching process far more efficient. Okay, it's a little bit like cocked up, but I mean, that'll happen, right? Okay, so you go on like that. So far so good, nothing bad happening at least. There you go. Found it eventually. Hey, I glued my finger with this. Model airplane glue isn't usually as much of a jerk. To be fair, I more got some on my finger than glued it, because the traditional gluing is far more over the top. Okay, so next up is a sergeant, because I'm just going to go with this jumping one ahead thing while they're drying. Who is number 8, A8 to A13. Okay, 8 to 13, which means 9 is one of yours. I think that's it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I counted correctly, which is usually a bad sign. I've probably counted wrong. But who cares, right? Okay, let's aim your arm forwards. You're holding a gun after all. So we got that. And let's do this the easy way. Whoop, whoop, whoop. No, come on. Get in. There you go. Let's go on clearing up the next, or cleaning up the next model now, shall we? Oof, I made a bit of a mess here. There you go. My God, weapons with actual sights. With the size of these models, it is a surprise that they put sights on, because at the scale they're absolutely tiny. So now the pack goes on. Last element. That did not want to go on, did it? Okay, now if we pop on to the next one. Now the first two are dry. Okay, they're not entirely dry. I mean, it's going to take like a day before they're safe, but they're dry enough to be shown, which is what we actually care about here, right? Don't forget to take a drink occasionally. It's always a good idea. Oh wow, I missed a huge chunk there, didn't I? There's a huge chunk I missed on the side of the leg. Whoops. It's doable. This is going to involve having like free hands. As you can see, I am very skilled. Oh, okay, it's like that. Someone's aiming. There you go. We got there eventually. Let's put you there to be safe. And now we can get these two to stand. It's always the ones in the really dynamic poses who end up causing trouble. It's like, hey, look how cool I am. I was like, yeah, but you're really difficult to place on anything. Could you, like, just stand up properly or something? So we need to give that one a minute. So. Ooh, and the next step is an Inceptor squad. Then we only have 2 units left after that. Sorry, 2 or 3 units. I think. No, sorry, no. 4 units, actually. Turns out my ability to count was not underestimated. Oh, this is going to be an awkward one, isn't it? Okay, let's start getting you together. So, first off, they all come from B, and we need 40mm bases, because of course we do. We need 2 of them. And we need parts. 26 through 34. 26 through 34 on B. You know when you start something much later than you should and you forget to turn the heating off and you're right next to the boiler? .24 is not 24, it's 26. The front of the chest is, but there's 27. Oh, sorry, 35 as well. No, we don't need 23. What we need 26 plus, there's 26. Okay, so we've got 2 legs, 2 arms, but we really don't have a chest. But 26 was the chest, and I just cut it out, so... Oh. You're a different model. That's Brew A. I don't see that going to being a problem in my future at all. Yeah, now we're going. Much better. God, I'm tired. Meowing at myself, that's definitely a sign I'm tired. Or happy. I don't know. I do both. Ooh, you got a bell on top too? And... ooh, I already got that bit. Well, if that isn't all of it, we've got a problem. Try from the other side. Got it. These wire cutters are a bit too big for actually doing this job, but I mean, it's just something you gotta deal with. Or get some proper cutters. That's also an option, but do I look like I'm not lazy? How much more we've got to go? I do like it when there's only one thing left in the sprue and you can just cut out everything. Does it matter what number it is? Nah, not really. Just don't get them confused with each other, because, you know. You actually need to know what you're making. Oops. Okay. And these ones are now dry enough to show. They're going together quite well. I'm sure it'd be more entertaining if it was super glue, because I'd have stuck myself to everything, but... And let's put you somewhere safe you can stand, so I don't need to worry while I'm working on these ones. So yeah, I cut them out much quicker than I should have. So, okay, got the two little clear bits. And now we get to filing down all of the excess. That's definitely going to need filing. It needs to be flat, but there you go. flat enough. Usually I can leave a bit of leeway on there, it doesn't matter that much, but when it's literally the one point that actually sticks, it really needs to be done properly. Yeah, that part I am not looking. I'm not looking forward to it. Maybe that should be the first bit that I stick, so it's actually dry when I try to put the rest, when I try to put this huge flying model on top of it. That makes sense, wouldn't it? Surprisingly, how manically I was cutting these, they're coming out really well. I was expecting so much worse. Get that little bit off and across there. A little bit off the bottom. Like I say, cleaning out the file on my pyjamas is not a good idea, but it's better than it used to be when I just got it all over a chair that doesn't get cleaned. That was and that was a lot of hoovering to get all that dust off. I mean, it's worth it. I end up with stuff at the end, but still. Like half a second of not being lazy would have solved the problem. A bit more of this. So I definitely think the best way to go about this is do the clear pillars first. And that way I don't have to worry about, you know, them not sticking properly at the end and having to find a way to hold it all up. Which does involve getting the next one, because all three of them are going to be on vertical stands. So, are you on a 40 as well? Yeah. Those are not 40s. These are 40s. I think. 39. That'll do. So, is it written on the bottom of them? Because that would be the most amusing. Okay, no. And there isn't a thing there for it. That was, I mean, it's worth a look. That's not a good omen. It's going to be standing up well. I imagined the idea was that you let it drive 24 hours. And then afterwards you stick the model on top. But I mean, worst case scenario, I can actually do that. And when I come back to do the rest of the set, I can stick them on. It's quite irritating. I only just noticed they've got a little nubbin on top. This is supposed to be there. There's nothing I can do about it on the other ones now until they've dried, so. It's going to annoy me, so I think those are in height order, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out. So, let's see if we can work out how this goes together. I mean, I have instructions, so it's sort of cheating for working out, but yep, you two definitely go together. Okay, there you are. And we can stick the head on at the same time, because honestly it doesn't make a difference. Just put a line of glue around here. you get ahead. There you go. So next up is the feet. Yes, yes. There's the feet, those are the arms. Okay, you get your feet and arms, and get an arm, and another arm, and it's the power. As long as they stick together, I can do that now without doing any harm to anything. So you go that way, and then pop on like this. Forgot to go back to camera too. So there you go. And you can grab onto that. The rounded end faces towards the back, and squish. Gee, would I like a clue as to which foot is which? Is there any clues? Yes, you are the right foot. Well, his left foot, my right. There's a little nubbin there. That's a little bit of detailing that's on the outside, but not the inside, and only on one foot. Actually, no, it's on both feet, but it's on the outside. There you go. Let's pop onto the side. Boop. 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 There you go. And you get some legs. Nope, that's this leg. Indeed is. Then we come across to this one. A little bit there. A little bit there. And there. Put the leg on the right way. So this arm, put a little bit of extra glue on it because we don't want it falling apart now. But this one, you can aim it downwards or forwards. So I think I'll have one down and one forwards, just because I know it'll annoy me. I just know having the guns aiming in different directions on the two different models will bug the heck out of me. And I haven't done enough to make future me hate me today. Okay, that was too difficult. I'm not doing it. Not because it'll annoy me, but because it's too difficult. But now those arms are setting, there's not really much I can do. So let's bring back sprue A and start undoing some of the mess that I made earlier. So this one requires 23 to 31. I don't see anything in there that doesn't look like it could be part of one of these two, and these are basically the same model, so they're not identical models, but they're close enough that I should easily enough be able to tell that something's wrong. Okay, is that everything? Okay, so we've got the three sections of the pack, the two arms, the two legs, head and body. Yes, okay, we've got it all. So, time to start tidying this one up. I'm going to give them longer than I usually do, just because these are going to be such awkward models. Like, I can see them being real difficult, so not like hard, but difficult as in they're going to put up a fight. It's getting a bit difficult not to get these things mixed up at this point, so I'm going to have to do something about them in a minute, but they'll be fine. Oh, did I cut off the back of your foot? Oops, may have cut off the wrong bit at some point. Oh well. Okay, that's one bit cleaned out at least. There you go. That should be okay. Forgot to go back to the actual camera down there. Oh well. That'll work. Okay, that's better. Now we can go back to these guys. Okay, let's put it on this end because that makes more sense. No, don't mess it up. This is terrifying. And stick. Boop. And boop. Okay, those two can just balance on their packs for a while. Hopefully they don't pull themselves apart. And now we can go on this one. Ooh, we can actually go down into the back. Fair enough. And of course chuck the head in because, well, why not? Okay, no one saw that, it's okay. Okay, so this little bit which is on the outside is there. So that's that leg. Okay, let's blow on it a little bit, just see if we can get it to stick. Didn't cut it off wrong. This one is in fact in a different position, so it doesn't. Ooh. I'm much happier now. I thought I'd completely messed that up. Okay, and right, these ones face down that way. And they stick down on there. Oh, whoops. These are really stupidly complicated at this point. That's interesting to paint them. Yeah. You're going to be as much trouble, aren't you? Yeah, it doesn't make any difference though, so I think I'm going to do the pack first before the arms. Genuinely have no idea why that was said to be done last. That is ridiculous. I'm probably about to find out why, but there you go. I'm not entirely sure how these are supposed to hook on, but okay, you stay like that. Oh, it it doesn't hook. It's a little circular bit that it just rests on. Interesting. Not what I was expecting. Okay, yeah, I am not brave enough to even attempt that, but I will clean it up. Ooh, let's not get the glue all over me. It's never a good idea to get the glue all over you. So these are quite sizable at this point. So now I have the obvious question of, with half an hour left, do I attempt to finish or build the last 3, or take an early break? Okay, that should hold. I think if I just work through them at a regular rate, I should be alright. We'll find out. We'll see how far we get. Okay, so we need F. I'm guessing this is going to be F. Is it? Yes, it is. So I need is F33 through to 38. $33 to $38, that's $39, which is not needed. 50, 50. I think we've got everything. We know how good I am at counting, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's everything. I do prefer this file to the other one. This one has the big slab-sided, and I don't know, it does less damage when you mess up, but this one's nicer for getting into small areas. Which, when dealing with miniatures, it's sort of, you need it more than you think you will. I know, but just a little bit of cleanup. You appear to be one of the lightest, so let's see if we can make this work. Okay, no, not while they're drying. I don't have the courage for that particular attempt. So they can just live on their basis like that, and we'll be fine. So this one should be easy enough. Ooh. That was much less of a sharp angle than I thought it would be. And you get ahead. Get a gun on. Ooh. Okay, and you get to rest like that. There you go. You get to be in shot. So yeah, I'm willing to call the flying ones done at this point, because, I mean, that's as far as I'm going with them. I'm sure at some point I will manage to stick them on properly. So this is the next one on F. So I need F39 through 45. 39. 45. You are. Yeah, I know. My jokes don't ever get any better, but I mean, the important thing is I enjoy them, right? Another 40mm base. This is the level of complexity I'm used to. Each foot is a separate thing. 49, 47, only up to 45, so that should be everything. So it's 2 arms, 2 feet, pack, head and chest. Yes, that appears to be a body. Do you know on that? I think we can put the pack on him now. Get the other arm. Just clean out the file, that. Just a little bit at the bottom. Ooh, this one's going without a helmet. It's brave of them. Admittedly, you can't see anything with a helmet on, so if... I mean, brave / common sense, but still. Oh, I thought we had spikes for a second, but nope. It's a purity seal. I mean, it's spiky, but not spikes. Ooh, there you go. Chuck the head on. Now I should just be able to go down and do the other foot, because realistically, I'm holding everything in the top half together. There you go. Now we can go across to the other one. It was just here. Now we have to make this stand, which stay. That is staying surprisingly well. I mean, I'll risk jinxing it because I can fix it, but there and there. Yes, now stay. That one just didn't want to go in for some reason. I can't imagine why. Okay, you stay. I am way too scared to touch that one. If anything, delicate. Ugh. Okay, so it turns out we do have enough time, so this is everything left on F for this one. Can't believe I've thought this was going to take longer. Switch that around so it actually fits. Again, we'll see how far we get. It's What would be the funniest if I started off with, oh, I don't know if we're going to make it to the end of this, and we just finished the entire set early. A little bit off there. A little bit off there. Things like that little foot, or the file fits in small spaces. Really, it's actually really good because I very rarely use it. This one has, the big flat one has loads of stuff in there that's just blocking up and being annoying. Yes, I am poking my keyboard with the glue. I won't worry about it. Actually, no, that's not like my worst keyboard. My worst keyboard's upstairs. There you go. Got it eventually. There's always a little bit of surface tension, so I would really like on this thing a little marker to tell me how much is left. I know on something that is like that useful, because these are brilliant. So I have previously used the okay, and we have standard bearing person who I am too afraid to move any more than that. That's scary. That one was just stuck, so I don't think it's going to get up anytime soon. Let's just get some glue on there. For a minute, and we should have enough time left to do the last, which is off of a this one's quite beefy. just move you up somewhere safe. Apparently this one's a captain. Apparently their captains are just pretty buff. I mean, personally, I'd have gone with majors ranks, and it just realised how bad that joke actually is. See a major, because then it would be a major chunk. I know. Yeah, I know. What I'm actually referring to as chunk is sheer armor size. This definitely feels more like Terminator armor. It's definitely not standard armor. I mean, look at the size of this stuff compared to all the others. Don't forget to drink. It's been 2 hours. So I may have messed up that little bit. It's not that it's that much of a problem, but let's get that little bit off the top. I could have left it there and just claimed it's a site, but that would make me a real jerk if I'm willing to ignore that. And I thought so. I thought you'd be standing like that. Okay, this one can now be shown because it's stuck. Again, I can barely see it, so I have no idea if that's even in focus, which is not a good thing for a setup, but... No. Oh, the cape's the back. No? There you go, that's how it goes together. First time, I knew what I was doing. Okay, so you're like that, and then this slips on like that. Ah, finally. That did not want to go in. Okay, there is only one way these will go. Quite important to remember that when there is only one way it'll go, put it in that way. Like that. There you go. I don't know why most of these look like they're falling forwards all the time. I'm sure it is like a dynamic pose to make it look like they're running, but it looks like they're sort of falling over all the time to me. And so you go like that, and the other arm. Like I say, these are very deep guides. very unmistakable where they're meant to go. I mean, you wouldn't knock me getting that wrong. Okay, ignore that little correction. Didn't happen. I definitely didn't just mess that up. Of course I messed it up. Wow, in one. Okay, and I believe you were the last one. So I mean, they're going together pretty well, despite my sheer incompetency, of course. I mean, once they're together like this, it's going to be a nightmare to paint, but I mean, is anyone still under the illusion that I'm going to be capable of painting these? Just see if we can get you to stay on there for a second. There you go. One of them is up in the air. I imagine that's going to have to be stuck at some point. So I'm going to have them in a position like that. But I think I'll let it dry first. As in dry properly, not like the semi-dry it is now. But don't forget, once you've finished something, mark it off so that you know it's done. Okay, and with that, I've finished the Imperial side of the box set. That should theoretically be aiming at them. There you go. And there's everyone from today. Okay, so, well, thanks for coming. I'll be building the Chaos setup next, and hopefully see you next time. Bye. I always forget to turn my hand around doing that.